Hi guys, how are you? Jess here. Welcome to your weekly intuitive Reiki healing for the collective. This is for the week of September 9th through the 15th. But when you're finding it, it's when you're meant to find it. For those of you who are new, welcome. I hope you'll bear with me for just a minute or so to say to my regular followers, thank you for your patience. I've been a little off grid the past week or a little bit more. I've been really doing a lot of transmuting of energy and emotions for the collective. And I've also been going through a lot of transitions in my physical external world. And I've really needed to be inward with myself and to be still with myself. So I know that you guys understand that, and I appreciate you for your patience since you did not have a weekly last week. So with that said, for those of you who are new, welcome. The way my weeklies work is I pull three tarot cards. I normally pull from my Shadowscapes tarot deck, and it sets the tone for the healing. Because I've been a little off grid, I was called to also draw a goddess guidance card for you guys this week. So I hope you'll enjoy that support as well. The energies have been incredibly potent, incredibly powerful. Our recent, sorry, I'm just already feeling so much of it for you guys. Our recent new moon in Virgo at the start of the month was powerful. That whole weekend was very collectively, although it shows up very differently for all of us in our lives, an opportunity to purge an old past wound, behavior pattern, limiting belief. Those of you who've been following me for a while and receiving my healings for a while, we've had a theme of this possibly being more internal than external, although it will be affecting your external world. So it doesn't necessarily have to be this very literal purging of the job, purging of the relationship. There's something about our perspective of ourselves. There's a huge theme of authenticity right now, which is really beautiful. What have we, or can we still work on releasing that is not us? Not that it just doesn't serve us. It is not us. I saw a post on Instagram recently, and I can't remember who it was, and I'm not going to say it verbatim, but it was a quote that I thought was so beautiful, and it hit me in my heart. And it was something along the lines of, instead of, thinking that we need to become something, instead, can't we think of releasing the things that aren't us so that we're just coming back to home? We're just coming back to the core of who we are and remembering that. We knew who that was when we were a baby, a toddler, even though we weren't developed yet. I think you guys know what I mean. So instead of trying to arrive somewhere, is there anything that we can let go of? Shedding, releasing, purging, like all of those words are correct and true, but they're also so used that it's like there's another word that I can't quite find in my mind that I think is better for this. I think you guys are feeling what I'm meaning. It's like a cleanse to then reveal our true self, and for us to go, oh, that's right, that's who I am. And there's this peace. There's this peace in it. So it's beautiful energy. Now, it's not just going to happen, right? It requires work. It requires work. I think some of us coming out of our Mercury retrograde felt like we all of a sudden were going super fast, shooting off into the stars. We have a lot going on. Pluto has now tipped back into Capricorn, which, you know, it's going to be the last in our lifetime until it goes into Aquarius in November. And yes, there's going to be further dismantle, kind of this final top-down control system dismantling. A lot more awakening happening. There's going to be turbulence within the 3D, and yet Capricorn in its light can really bring a beautiful groundedness and stability, and it can give us an environment in which we can be more mindful in our individual healing process, where we can feel a bit more like it's not so scattered and we can take things one step at a time. So from now until mid-November, I say, guys, just utilize this time to the best of your ability. The more that we utilize this time internally, and it doesn't mean don't be of service to others. It doesn't mean, you know, stop caring about the people around you, things like that. But if we really can bring our focus into finding that true authenticity in this time of shedding the layers of programming of what we were taught we should be, then, you know, come holiday season, I think that we may be in for some pretty beautiful, peaceful, harmonious, blissful awakenings. I just feel this sense of internal peace when we really take the time to do that. So I know I'm talking a lot. It's because I haven't seen you in a while. Sorry, I'm wobbling my camera. I'm still working on a new setup, and today's is just a little ghetto. I'm not gonna lie, the way you're set up is not going to be my permanent setup. So guys, let's pull 3 cards for the collective. I didn't do my normal spiel, guys. If you're new, I'm sorry, this is very not normal for my channel. If you're new to Reiki, it is a harmonious energy healing modality. It will never deplete or cause harm. It is just as powerful from a distance as it is if I were in the room with you right now. You don't work when you receive Reiki. You're just going to find a willingness, and a lot of the healing is happening in our subconscious. Okay, very simplified. All right, 3 cards for us, please, for this week. 3 cards for the collective to support their healing. And none yet. I'm going to be really intentional. I'm going to really focus to make sure the right cards are coming out for you guys. 3 cards, please. 3 cards to support the collective for their healing this week. Still don't have any. Wow. 3 cards. What would you like for the collective to see? Okay, 1 came out and then a ton exploded. Let's see if this is going to be too much. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, we're definitely taking that one. I think you guys just might be getting some bonus cards this week. Yeah. Yeah, you're getting 5. And then we're going to pull a goddess guidance as well. Lucky you guys. All right, I'll show them to you in just a sec. I'm just taking this in. Thank you again for your patience, you guys. I know you really want to get to the healing and see the cards. This is a part of the energy, is that I am unapologetically moving at the pace I need to move so that the best and most resonant healing can come towards you, okay? Guys, the cards are so beautiful. All right. I'm going to show you these. We're then going to pull a goddess guidance, all right? So we have the Fool. We have the Hermit. Talk about going inward, huh? We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands, a victory. Calm victory is what I'm hearing. That's really interesting. Okay, you know how it goes. Messages are going to start coming through, and normally we need to prep for Reiki right away, but I'm pulling you one more card, guys. So we're going to pull one goddess guidance card to overarch this healing for the collective, please. Just one, please. One goddess guidance card for the collective for this healing, for this spread. Thank you. Okay, cool. Well, first of all, I'm going to show you a peek at the bottom of the deck. Lakshmi, bright future. I mean, okay, we'll take that. We got Vesta, home. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in its occupants. Guys, this feels like your home. You might actually be moving. You might actually have just moved. You might have been thinking about moving. But this feels so internal to me. Healthy change in its occupants. What are the occupants of your vessel, of your being? Our thoughts, our beliefs, our values, our perspectives. Okay. I had a feeling this week was going to be pretty powerful. Let's prep for Reiki, okay? So I want to just invite you to get comfortable, sit or lie down. Remember, you don't have to work. Try not to get necessarily into your higher chakras in a meditative state, okay? Instead, think, I'm going to be present with my body right now, and I'm just going to be really attentive to myself. Be incredibly mindful. Take as many breaths as you need for that. And we're going to thank the Reiki for all the healing that's about to take place for the collective. So many of us are about to, are in the middle of, or are just beginning an incredible new beginning, a new chapter, something that's very unknown, very ambiguous. We don't quite know what's going to come of it, but it's big, whatever that means to you. And those of you who are either just starting this new beginning or the transition, or are in the limbo of holding the ending and the beginning at once, it is just so important to be in tune with yourself and to be connected to spirit right now, to divinity, to God, to the universe, to whoever you resonate with and connect to the most. Your spiritual team is just like screaming at me right now, especially with this Hierophant, saying the more that you're connected to your divinity right now, the more that you will be your authentic self, the more that you won't have to question. This is really interesting, guys. Again, for those of you who are new, I'm very clairsentient and visceral. I feel lots of bodily sensations within one session. And as I'm saying this, I'm feeling something releasing so specific right out of kind of that right temple to jaw, kind of that TMJ area. I'm feeling something release and it's melting. That could be quite literal for some of you. Maybe some of you are suffering from TMJ or something like that, but something was being held here in the temporal and the mandibular area for some of you. That was fascinating. And that was, as I was saying, the more you are connected to your divinity, the more you will have no question about who you are. The more that it's also going to feel uncomfortable to not be who you are, to like step out of that, to suppress or shrink yourself. And guys, who you are is you, right? For some of you, who you are is actually much calmer than how you perceive, how you present yourself to the world. For some of you, it's very different. You are very quiet in public and you want to be more boisterous and outspoken and things like that. Everyone's story is going to be really different here. But what they're telling me right off the bat is connect to your spiritual team. Let's get back into prayer. Let's get back into meditation, or whatever your way of connecting to your spiritual guidance team is. If that's walking, hiking, dancing, being in nature, right? That's the beauty of it. It's your practice. Okay. Now, this is some of the one-on-one work I do, is helping us to find and cultivate our own customized spiritual practice, because it has to be real to us, right? There's so many tools that we can learn and that can resonate, but what works for one isn't going to work for everyone, right? So it has to be something that literally shifts you within your cells, shifts you within your ethereal body and your auric field. Has to be real to you. It's really, really important. Okay. They're being like very clear today. I'm so grateful for it. They're not being cryptic, because it's like when you find your own cultivated, customized, really personal spiritual practice, whatever that means to you. You could identify as a Christian. You could identify as a Muslim. You could, whatever. If it's real to you, if it's helping you to lead through love, if it's helping you to love yourself, to deepen within yourself, and to find more peace within yourself, that is your way. They're being very clear about that. And as you do that, it feeds into your authenticity. Then your authenticity feeds into your spiritual practice, and it will continue to be this cyclical nature that builds and builds and builds. And you're going to be finding this when you take time to be still and to be quiet. Okay? With the Hierophant, there is structure. So you're being encouraged to find consistent practice. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing every single day, but connect every day. Intentionally connect every day with your higher self, with you. Connect with yourself. Ooh, I felt that in my solar plexus. This is really beautiful because, with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups, what I feel here, there's a lot of different threads coming through with these, but what I feel with these is, once again, the more we lead from love, the more it's just going to snowball into this beautiful, beautiful journey of authenticity, of sovereignty, of just inner knowing, continuing to build your inner internal wisdom, not wisdom that you're going to go out and bestow to the world. Maybe it's going to, leak into the work that you do, but like, what's your end goal here? Okay, now this is interesting. I'm getting into a specific thread here. For some of you, you might be influencers, or you might be healers or coaches, or I don't know, you might have an entrepreneurial spirit, and you use your social media for that specifically. And for some of you, remember, this might not resonate for all of you. um, you're being encouraged to really think about what the end goal is. Are you doing this because you truly love to help people? Or are you doing this for more followers? Or are you doing this for like the money only? And I'm not saying money doesn't matter. You are worth financial, this is getting complex. You're worth the financial value of what you're providing. But for some of you, there's a little bit of an intention distortion. I'm not saying ill will. I'm not saying, bad people out there, that kind of thing. I feel like whoever that was supposed to hit, you understand what I'm trying to say. There's something, it's more about embodying what you're wanting to help other people to find. That's what it is. Those who resonate with that message specifically, it is more about embodying what you feel passionate about helping others to cultivate or find or discover. Okay, cool. Moving on. Now, for some of you, there's a whole new awakening in self love right now. There's a whole new awakening in your relationships in your life, because you've decided to finally say, like, screw it. I'm going to take this leap of faith. I'm going to do things differently. And I am really going to take care of my home and me first. That is the goal, because there is a victory here. And Six of Wands can sometimes come off as a little arrogant, but I feel this really calm strength here, just like, I know who I am. And it's not showy, it's not performative. And what I'm hearing is, when we go about it with that intention, blessings come way faster. There's less resistance, there's much more flow. Okay. I haven't even tapped into your chakras yet, guys. I told you this would be a longer one. So lucky you. What do we got? Wow. High heart, solar. Okay, little bit of root. And I think the root is coming from those of you who might, like, quite literally be moving. There's something having to do with physical security. It doesn't feel unsafe, it just feels transitional. But high heart came up. Now, I've talked about high heart in other videos of mine. It comes up. What I love about this is it's literally the color of the shirt that I'm wearing. It's this kind of like blue into green. And this is where we can tap into our higher self in a very clear way, because what this combo of the two chakras really represents is love and expression of truth, right? Talk about authenticity expressing who we truly are with love. That is our higher self. This is such a great place to just tap into if you benefit from tapping into things in a more physical way. And then the heart in general was just like, I am feeling so much with you guys. And then it's obviously filling up our solar plexus or affecting it in some way. So I'm going to just take a moment to hang out with your heart. Okay. Take a few breaths into your heart center. A lot of you have been through a lot and the heart is tired. Yeah, I get it. It's like it's really exhausted. And yet it's so amazing how we still find like that we have so much to give. That's so amazing. For some of you, it's just about turning around these next 2 months to give it to yourself and really using this time to just, what can I do for myself right now? Right? And if you feel like your cup is full, then awesome. I'm going to go out and give that. Be of service, right? Not give of myself in terms of sacrifice, right? I filled my cup up so that I can now be of service to others. If it naturally flows that way, heck yeah. You can go like this within a day. You really can. As some of you are really radiating, you're really beaming. I'm dropping down into your solar plexus now. I'm feeling a lot of like electricity down here. I'm feeling some heat for some of you. This is a really good time to intentionally call back your energy. It doesn't even have to be from a specific person, place, situation, thing. Just calling back your energy, like, oh, all right, I give my energy to a lot of things throughout the day. Let me just take a moment, call it back. Feel your solar plexus expand. Notice any resistances, because I feel some of you that's a little resistant, and that's okay. Sometimes when our solar plexus really starts to expand and fill up to its full capacity, it can be really uncomfortable. Like we have to kind of like open up our front because we're not used to having all of our power. Hmm. Yeah. This week's message is very spiritual, very, very spiritual. Connect with your spiritual team in order to connect to yourself, vice versa. Connect to yourself in order to connect to your spiritual team. Some of you are going to go one way, some of you are going to go another, whatever's feeling more natural to you on your journey. Okay. Let's just scan one more time. Yeah. So it's all the same areas, but it's moving upward. So some truths most likely are going to be coming out soon for you in a beautiful way. Again, a lot of it I think is just going to be you speaking to you. I'm really picking up on journaling for a lot of you. Um, yes, it's a really good way to release truths. Only you are seeing that. Only you are seeing those words. Some of you, it could be really beneficial when you're journaling to make it a letter to someone where you're saying the things that you've always wanted to say to them, but maybe you've been afraid to. This could even, I'm even picking up on some of you, this is to someone who has already gone on to the next life, who's left this world. Yeah, I felt that down in my root chakra. For some of you, it's a, a former relationship or a family member or a friend. um, Very powerful practice, like writing a letter to someone that you're never going to send it to. Really, really beautiful work. Some of you, I'm picking up on like forgiveness technique, ho'oponopono meditations, things like that. Ah, nice. A lot in here. It's like very clear, and yet there's a lot in here. I can feel that each of your story is very, very different. So let me know in the comments how this resonates, you guys. This is beautiful, beautiful. And if we can all do this collectively, can you imagine? Can you imagine how this will affect the world? The more that we go inward and connect to our divinity and heal ourselves, the more we focus on our sacred vessel, our home. Remember, it's not just our physical body. It is our environment as well, and it can quite literally be your home, your house, your apartment, your, whatever. Nice. Let's take a final breath in together, guys. I would love to focus on that high heart color. I'm going to focus on kind of a blue-green. If you want to focus on blue for the throat, green for the heart, if you want that golden yellow for your solar plexus, focus on whatever. It could just be a white crystalline light. We're going to take a final breath in together and feel that light coming into our body, down through our crown. We're going to be holding that breath at the top, okay? So really relax your body first. We're not going to force this. Exhale and get all the air out. Slow inhale in through the nose. Hold it at the top. Feel that blue, green, or whatever color coming into your body. Feel it fill up your cells. Feel it vibrate and move and really cleanse like waves of an ocean, moving every single square inch of your being. Really finding every dark area that hasn't been accessed in a while and just start to give it some vibrancy. As you're holding your breath, relax your shoulders. Maybe squeeze into it a bit more within your solar plexus and your heart. And let's exhale and push out what doesn't serve us. Ooh, nice. That was beautiful. I feel that. Beautiful, guys. Wow. Let's take a moment and lock our energy up nice and tight into that expanded solar plexus now, okay? We're never putting on armor or guarding. We're saying what's mine is mine. What does not serve me, kindly stay out. Guys, it's time. It's time to connect with yourself. It's time to connect more deeply with yourself, aka your divinity, your higher self, your spiritual team. It's time. Baby steps. Don't make mountains out of molehills. It is not a huge climb within one day. Think of it more as a marathon than a sprint, okay? Baby steps. What is one thing that you can do today, even if it's 60 seconds of just tapping in and saying thank you? Tapping in and reminding yourself, I am my higher self. I am source. I am the divine. Feeling that reciprocity, or just sitting in stillness, being with yourself. That's a big one for a lot of you. A lot of you have not been taking time to be with yourself because there's been so much stimulation around you, so much to do going on. I get that. I get that. None of this is wrong, by the way. So a lot of it, we need to have gentility and grace and patience with ourselves through this process. Okay. But your team is saying it's time to connect with yourself, setting intentions from now until Pluto's tipping back into Aquarius for sure about connecting with yourself and your own authenticity. And what does that mean? Use this more grounded and earthy time to do that, all the while being in Virgo season right now, you know? Especially now in Virgo season, before we go into Libra, taking that time to, you know, get into the Virgo energy of the details, if it's going to help you to make a list, to, whatever. But baby steps, baby steps. What's one little baby step you can do to connect with yourself today? Okay, guys? Wow. I love you guys. So much of that was transmuting through my body and through my words today. I was doing my laying on of hands, but this was a very different healing. I'm personally experiencing a lot of upgrades, if you will. Normally, it comes in waves and cycles, and now it's one of those times where my spiritual team is saying, "Hey, here we go, ready for more." So, like I said, I'm transmuting a lot for the collective right now, and it's an honor, an honor. Um, and also, again, thank you for your patience, as I need time to recharge my batteries because I am a human being. So, guys, I love you. Be kind to yourself. Let me know what's going on in the comments. I'm really fascinated how all of you are doing. How are your journeys right now? Let's support each other in those words as well. Send love out to everyone right now. Please like the video. I hope you found the healing supportive, and please share with someone who you think it would also support. If you haven't subscribed yet, it's a beautiful community. I hope you will. And just reminder that I do have memberships up. The members, sorry, are receiving um, additional healings that are even more resonant because it's a small, intimate group. Um, we're doing energy chats, check-ins, things like that. That's another thing that I'm getting ready to dig into some more videos for my members now. And thank you so much to those of you who send donations. You can support me by becoming a member. You can also leave a super thanks in the comments, or I have links to donate down below. Thank you so much to those of you who do that. I appreciate you guys. Be well. I'm sending you so much love right now. Step at a time. Just be mindful. You're going to get everything done that you need to get done. You are. You are. Okay? I love you guys. I'll see you next time.